a major operation. Never thought that I'd survive from a broken heart. He took me in as a patient. You better believe he knew where to start. There's no need for me to eat an apple every day. Oh, he's all I ever need to take any pain away. Take any pain away. Dr. Love, he can cure my every pain. He can make me well again. Dr. Love, he ain't got no competition. Only he writes my prescription. Dr. Love, Dr. Love, ooh, Dr. Love.
So what's your shirt say?
It says,
I am who I am. Your approval is not needed.
behind the harmonica ring.
Behind the harmonica ring.
The double harmonica ring.
Yes. Welcome to Willy Wonder World. You're now in tune with Dr. Willy Wonder Love, where we bring you all the coolest people that I know, and we introduce you to them and what they're doing in the world amongst the rest of the people. I'm so privileged to be sitting here tonight with a good friend of mine, longtime friend, excellent MC, student of the game, Mr. Illin P. How you doing, sir?
I'm alright, brother.
Yeah. All right, man. Good to have you with us. We're just getting started with this Willy Wonder World thing, so it's like great to have you in with the early guests on the show. And we're just going to ask you a few questions, have you connect with our audience, and let them know a little bit about what you're about. So, we're getting started. We're at Kulturez in Cambridge, by the way, if you didn't know.
Not
Live
leaving without my gear.
live in store, exactly. If you haven't been here, come check it out, get some gear. But what city were you raised in, man? Talk about your city, man.
The city of Kulturez. I'm from the bridge, man. I'm from the bridge over Chucky Waters, right here. Thank you. Born and raised.
All right.
Right, in fact, down the street, Mount Auburn Hospital.
What's the most significant thing you could talk about? You say about Cambridge, man. You know, I feel like you've seen it from the golden era up until now, the technology era. You know, where the world and the city's a little smaller, but just talk about Cambridge a little bit, man, and how that's influenced you.
Cambridge is, I don't like to sound, like a poster child, whatever, but Cambridge is extremely diverse. You know what I mean? It's like, I enjoy going up here, really. I figured, you go places and, sometimes you don't get to see, like, outside of your block. You know what I mean? You don't get to see possibilities or even opportunities, or you just don't get to see as much as you may, growing up in Cambridge. And I think that's one of the most significant things I've experienced growing up here. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still, the business, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean. But I was exposed to a few things, you know what I mean, that kind of shape who I am.
All right, cool. So you've been you're a rhymer, rapper, hip hop artist.
Yeah.
How long you been rhyming for?
Oh Lord. Wow. How old am I? Take a guess.
You're as old as you feel. You're as
I'm
old as I
feel,
feel. Young at heart.
I've been spitting since probably since I was like 11, 12 years old.
Yeah.
So I picked up the pen. I'm a product of Run DMC. I mean, if it wasn't for Run DMC, I probably would. If it wasn't for Rockbox, you know what I mean, I probably wouldn't have embarked on this endeavor. Or we're just writing, or just having fun with this thing. Yeah.
So you remember listening to Run DMC and actually like writing your first rhyme? Like, can you remember writing your first rhyme?
I know my first rhyme.
Can you kick your first rhyme for us?
You want me to kick my first rhyme?
Can you please kick your first rhyme for us?
Oh my God, yo. Alright. At that time I was called Pop and Pat. Alright. I was in the breakdance. First of all, let me just say this straight up. Right? Before I started writing and stuff, I was breakdancing. Everywhere had a breakdance crew. And I wasn't actually living in Cambridge at the time. I was in Malden. And what do you call it? I actually stopped dancing, you know, for the crew to kick raps for the crew while they dance. You know what I mean? While they backspin. And yeah, and that's where it started. So first rap, and in that first year, it's funny because in that first year I went through all of my name changes. You know, it was Pop and Pat, Cosmic King, Jamaican Funk, Poetically, Alphabetically Treacherous, you know, P-A-T, and then Illin. After listening to Tougher Than Leather, you know, and DMC came out with the 1 2 1 2. And I say, you know, party people, the dreams have now been fulfilled. Get out your seats and let's get ill. And I tell the story a lot. And what do you call it? The feeling that I had, you know, I kind of vowed, said, okay, if I'm gonna get into something, I'm gonna try to be the illest in whatever, you know, whatever it is and stuff. But as far as the first Pop and Pat rap, that's it.
Exclusive, by the way. Willy Wonder World. You never hear this anywhere else.
Yeah. Corny as a mother. Corny as a mother, and forgive it because it's you know, whatever. But it says yeah. Well, I'm Pop and Pat, so what up with that? I'm cool, I'm back, and that's a fact. Wherever I go, people scream. Wherever I don't, people dream. Whatever I do, I know that you do too, cause it's a pleasure to rock the house with you. Now I got a friend who don't like to spend his money all the time. Well, he's a real cool guy, and that's no lie. He even eats French fries. But what I don't know that really steals the show is that the guy hasn't told me his name. Well, I asked him once, and he said a big bunch, and told me it was Notre Dame. Well, I said, fuck this, I ain't taking no shit, at least not from you today. Because here with me, I got a policy stating that you are gay. Well, hey, yo, don't, you know what I mean? Don't shoot me. But for a little, you know, 11-year-old, 12-year-old kid.
11-year-old LP right there.
That's corniness I was on, man. Just trying to work out whatever angle, you know.
All right, so you know, let's get into the name. What's LMP stand for? Like, what is, you know, when you say the name LMP, what do you mean?
Well, it basically, like I said, stemmed from the DMC story, the Tougher Than Leather intro, okay, and the feeling that I had gotten when I heard that joint. Now, Rockbox set off hip hop for me, but Tougher Than Leather, when I heard, you know, when 1 2 and the 808s get when that stuff kicked in, it's like, I don't know, it's like. It's just like suiting up, man. It's like, you know, I'm about to get busy, whether you balling or whether you on the mic or whether you, whatever, you just gonna go nuts and ain't nobody can stop you. Nobody can say nothing to you. It's gonna be yours. And that's how I felt. Yeah. So, you know, like I said, the application, Illin, you know, growing up, I used to go overboard a little bit, you know what I mean? I calm myself, you know what I mean? And I practice a lot of tolerance and you know, try to practice a lot of tolerance and control because I know if I do release the cap, it may go overboard. It may go extreme, and that's where the Illin comes from. Because a lot of people look at me and you know, no people that know me, they look at me and say, "What's so ill about you?" You know what I'm saying? It's like, does it really match the persona or what have you? And I mean, life's all about balance. So you know, I may smile and shake your hand and stuff, but you know, don't with me, please.
Oh yeah,
there's no need to. You know what I mean?
I understand. I do understand. I might be Dr. Willy Wonder Love, but you know.
Yes.
It's a volcano underneath the cool.
Yeah, I mean, but you gotta keep it under control. I think everybody got that volatile button and stuff. And when I'm in Illin mode, you know, which is when I'm in that writing, and then that button is pressed and I'm on it. Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it.
Tell us about some people you work with. Specifically, I know you have a lot of stories.
I'm bad with memory.
But, all right, let me remind you. Let me refresh your memory. So we heard you have a song with KRS-One.
That was, wow, I don't even remember the year that came out, but that was off the Keep Right album. What's so funny is I put my son onto I actually just posted it on his Facebook page. Said, you know, find your dad, find your pops, or what have you. But that came about from working with Marlo Williams and Inebriated Rhythms.
Okay.
Inebriated Rhythms, and his contribution to Boston hip hop. He was responsible for like bringing just a lot of people together, working with more established artists. And KRS-One was one of them. I mean, I did it through him. I also did a jam with Wordsworth. Then I released some of my own stuff, produced by Supreme One, which was one of his peoples. Mystery Man, I would call, but that's another story.
All right. So do you have a favorite song that you've done so far? Can you pick out
They're
your
all my
extensive
favorites,
collection?
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of music, and they all, have a certain place in my heart. I guess, if I were to pick one, it would be the current release, the Pickup Problem.
Which is?
The Pickup Problem.
Where can they find that?
That's actually online. You can get that on iTunes, digital download release. I just released it this year, to be honest with you, but you can get it from Amazon and iTunes and a few others.
Yeah.
Other places what have you. But it's out there. Look, the Pickup Problem, Illin P.
I mean, what's that? Tell them a
Talk
little.
about
give
that.
them a little like the inside of the book cover. You know what I'm saying?
It's just so fitting. It's so fitting. Well, Willie, let me explain.
Okay. All right now.
Let me explain. The Pickup Problem is it's a story about a gentleman who gets roped in by the lures of the working girl, and I don't mean corporate. Oh, it could be corporate, but the working girl, the call girl, the working girl, the oldest profession in the book, the lady of the evening, the escort,
Yes.
It starts off basically, dude is standing at the bus stop, chilling or reading the paper or something, and it's a wet night out, raining. His puddles about, and his car comes and splashes him. And that's how it starts. It splashes him, and he's like, "What the?" And before he even gets it out, she stops and is very, very apologetic, and it's like, "Yo, let me help you. Come on in." That word says, "Can I drive it?" She wants to drive the gentleman's pants. So the story starts that way. He hops in the car. Next thing you know, he's hooked. He's hooked, but she can't stop her life. She can't stop the way she's going, and he's getting really, really into it. Yeah. And he's just like, listen, if she could only see the joys or the wonders of being connected, fitted like puzzle pieces with somebody, she would kill this world and give all that love that she's sharing to that one dude. Pick up problem, So I'm back. You got a problem.
Okay, all right. No, I personally love the song.
Yeah, man.
So if y'all get a chance, go check out the song "Pick a Problem." It's online. Keep it going.
Pretty dope.
So you got any projects in the works for the future?
Yeah. In fact, the reason why this Pickup Problem was released is because I'm trying to put out an official debut. It's funny. Been I say in the game, but I really won't even take claim to that being in the game for a long time. I've been writing for a minute, performing for a minute, recording music for a minute. And this would actually be my first official debut album. Cats that have started when I started have done retired and gone to acting and all this other extra stuff, and this would be literally like my first official real album, or a group of songs, an album. And I got plenty sitting on the shelf, but I need to get the coming. And I entitled it Grown Man B.I. B-E-I-Y-E, Grown Man B.I. Because it's all about for me, it's like it's where I'm at right now. You know, I don't talk baby talk. You know what I'm saying? It's grown man business, basically.
So content fits the
gentleman, fits the man.
All right. So who is a person that has acquired a level of notoriety or fame that you particularly would say I would love to work with, that most people know, that you would say, if I had a chance to, I definitely would like to take advantage of the opportunity to work with them.
It's a tough one. I never really I did, but I can't now. But I did want to work with Jay Dilla. You know what I mean? I gotta say Dilla was the one that I really, really wanted to get next to. Feel out. Experience the Dilla vibe and stuff. Cause I loved what came out in Detroit, man. It was when he was around, man. It's mental. Yeah. And people still ride off of his mentalness today. But I wouldn't mind working with, more of the greats. I mean, the KRS One was a kind of piece together collaboration. But even if to revisit KRS on some on purpose stuff, on purpose shit, if I may. Even De La on some on purpose. Most on some on purpose. I'm really not into, and I don't say I'm not into because I'm shutting the door on, but I haven't been into the new guys of today. You know what I mean? Your Drakes and Meek Mills and that the young boys that are doing their thing today and stuff. I haven't really paid attention to that world because to me I haven't fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? The world
right.
Where I wanted to in the world before. So the older folks in the game, I would love to feel the agony. You know what I mean? I would, strong arm steady. I would love to get into that crux and just play with those guys. The catastrophes and you know what I'm saying? The spitters.
I hear you. All right, cool, man. And I believe, I believe you being who you are and the history that you have in this Cambridge, Massachusetts, New England scene. I feel like that, it's only a matter of time before.
Yeah, well,
things start to,
you know what? I'm not even. I mean, I'm at the point, man, where I don't even look at it now as a something to accomplish. You know what I mean? Like what Chris say? Rap is something rap is something you do. Hip hop is something you live.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That's where I'm at with it. I can't put this mic down. There's absolutely no way I can put this mic.
That's funny. Just talking about that, you kicked your first rhyme a little earlier, and would you ever have thought that at this point in time in your life that you still have the passion, the hunger, the drive, that it feel the same way to you that it did back then when you first started out?
No, and not because of what many might say, but just because I didn't look at it that far. Like people say, so when I grow up, I'm gonna be a dot. You know what I'm saying? I never. This was something I locked into. I loved it, and I used to laugh because I was here from the birth of the culture. The birth of hip hop, basically, and they used to talk about how much of a fad it was. I mean, you wouldn't be able to fathom the amount of money that it's making now. When I started, you wouldn't even be able to freaking dream that was even a possibility. Just because, and we're talking fad this, fad that, fad this, and I used to say like, this can't be a fad because I feel funny inside. Like okay, Willie. Mr. Love, let me tell you about that word love. All right, it's one of the hardest words to define, but when you feel it, you feel it.
Oh yeah.
And when I felt it in regards to this music, and they talking that fast, I'm like, how? If I'm alive You know what I mean? If I live long, then this can't die because the love that I feel, it's like instant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, this is good. And even when the game gets kind of funny and thinned out and superficial and boring and whatever, I always manage to, something hip hop hits me, something purely hip hop hits me. I'm saying, that's why I love the music. That's what, and it always brings me right back. That's why I love the music. You know?
Hey man,
That's why I love this shit.
So where can the people find your music? You give them all the plugs, plug all your stuff, man. Let them know exactly where to go.
Right now, like I said, the Pickup Problem is the official release. I'm trying to do it on purpose this time. You want to follow me, illinp.com. Basically, wherever that leads you, that's where you can get me.
Illin.com, y'all. All right, so we're gonna get on to our well, you got any shout outs first? We're gonna start with the shout outs, then we'll get on to our bonus question.
I know the shout outs, man. Shout out to the Brit, shout out to hip hop, shout out to the folks that keep this thing alive and keep it really true and still give me inspiration to continue to write and spit. And I'm talking about like kids,
Yeah.
Just shout out to life. How about that?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to SeanPlex. Y'all can't see him right now, but he's in the building. And can you tell? I have to ask. I can't let this go. Can't interview Illin P without asking this question.
Go ahead.
So you have some sons, right?
I do have some. Yeah.
And you have your youngest son. I heard a story that he was particularly
a fan
of a particular dance / song.
Let me tell you this. That SeanPlex, your neck right out your chest, cut it out. This here tears him. Oh my God. He can't hear that song without going into his version of the SeanPlex, right? So that's what hip hop is, and it's crazy because it's not one of them things that you say, hey, go out, your mother used to push it, hey, go out and dance for the people, and like, no, you don't have to ask this boy to do that. You don't have to, you know what I mean? And this is coming from, I gotta say, it's coming from my home, a product of my peoples, a product of, an output or an expression of my peers that he's catching a vibe off of, and it's a beautiful thing. SeanPlex,
we gotta get him on the show.
Gotta get him on the show. I should have brought him here today.
Next time, we thought you were gonna have the kids with you, but
that slipped out. My oldest son has a science project that he needs to finish or whatever, which is
education comes first.
Yes,
we're about the youth being educated and everything, so we don't want to get in the way of that. But next time we get a chance, you gotta get your son on here, SeanPlex, and know that is a pure product of LFP in Cambridge, y'all. Last but not least, we're gonna get into the bonus question. Ding, ding, ding. We've now concluded this Willy Wonder World interview with LFP, first ever.
Yes, sir.
But we would like to ask you, if someone walked into the store right now, said, how you doing, LFP? I was instructed to deliver to you this package, and within the package, it included $1 million. And it was yours, no strings attached. Right now, you had $1 million sitting in your lap to do what you want with. Tell us a little bit about
what I would do with the million.
What you would do with the million?
Oh my God. Pay my bills. I get rid of my bills. I kill all the debt that I have accrued over the years or what have you. I put a chunk away for the kids' education, the college, so they don't have to incur the bills, so quickly or what have you. And then invest the rest, share some. Spread it around, I guess. It's only $1 million. It's really not a lot of money, to be honest with you. It's a lot of people. I don't have it, but when you look at the big scheme of things, you know, the cost of houses and things like that, because that's where that money would go to. It wouldn't be on some, oh, I gotta get the Bugatti or come on now. It wouldn't go to that. It wouldn't go to that stuff.
No toys for you,
No
though?
toys. I have toys, but I have reasonable toys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Toys that I can manage, toys that I can afford, toys that I would say, put it like this, the toys that I would get would be toys that I will be getting without that milk.
Right now.
You understand what I'm saying? So,
All right. LMP. Hey, look, you know, thank you very much for stopping by.
I appreciate
thanks
you,
to
Willie.
Kulturez. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to Cabin Fever Whiskey.
ooh, ooh, ooh. My man, John Robalot. Yes, shout out to Cabin Fever.
Shout out to Cabin Fever. If you haven't tasted it, you know, check it out. I don't know, go online, see where you can get it. It's smooth, delicious. Even if you don't like whiskey, you probably like this one.
In fact, let me tell you something. If you don't like whiskey, this is a nice introduction to whiskey because I'm now a whiskey head. Not to say that we're gonna promote alcoholism, but I'm a whiskey head.
You know, spirits.
The spirits.
For the grown and sexy.
Yeah.
You know, this is
Yeah,
Dr.
yeah.
Willy Wonder Love. You've now been in tune to Willy Wonder World. And it's LMP. Doctor. Out.
Easy.